Good evening. My name is Matilda Majawa. First, the headlines. Former Vice President, the late Saulos Chilima's family, criticized some politicians for pestering some family members to join politics. Government warns politicians against hate speech. In other news, Finance Minister Simplex Echichora Banda presents his nomination papers for the position of Malawi Congress Party Secretary General. We have these and other stories. Please stay with us. First story, relations of former Vice President, the late Saulos Chilima, has on Saturday criticized some politicians for pestering some family members to join politics. Speaking on behalf of the family at Nsipe Catholic Ground in Ichewu, Joshua Varela said they are fed up with the cause. Thomas Kachere has more in this report.
40 days gone since Dr. Saulos Klaus Chilima died, and Catholicism requires a memorial mass. In his remarks, Varela, who represented the family, said they need space to continue mourning their beloved one. He came out in the open that they are in no way interested in party or government positions. Varela also urged Malawians to be patriotic by working hard for the benefit of the country's development.
Choyamba tukuona ngati kuti ulemu timpatsebe m'bale wathu amene anali vice president wathu poyesesa kusafalitsa zabodza kapena zowawitsa mtima moyo achibale amene mitimamu simuli bwino kwenikweni. Chachiwiri, akubanja akufuna anenepo pang'ono kuti alibe maganizo otenga maudindo akuchipani kapena aboma omwe malemu Saulos anali nawo kapena amafuna kuti akhale nawo. Kaya tamvana pamene mafoni wo achepe tuonane ni madamu tuonane ndi wakuti please tidakalira ndipo tilira mpaka kale.
Concurring with Varela, Archbishop Thomas Msusa said Chilima was one of the people dedicated to his country. The 40th day memorial mass of the departure to the Lord of Dr. Saulos Chilima comes after 40 days as per tradition in Catholicism. The event ended up with laying of wreaths at Chilima's final resting place. Until his death in Chikangawa plane crash, Chilima was the country's vice president and leader of UTM. Also in attendance were Vice President Michael Usi, Archbishop of Lusaka, Zambia Alec Banda, Archbishop of Deza Diocese Adrian Chifugwa, Archbishop of Zomba Diocese Alfred Chaima, government ministers including Minister of Health Kumbize Kandodo Chiponda, UTM Secretary General Patricia Kaliati, among others. Chilima and 8 others died in Chikangawa plane crash on June 10, 2024.
Tsopano ndi panthawi zosatha.
The Anti-Corruption Bureau says it is working with the Malawi Law Commission to develop a comprehensive whistleblower protection law. ACB Acting Director General Hilary Chilomba will also provide a safe and secure environment for individuals to report corruption without fear. Kathe Maulidi has the details.
Chilomba told journalists in Lilongwe that the theme legislation also aims to protect the whistleblower or witness when it's time to testify in the case they reported, ensuring their safety and security during the legal process.
We are making strides to come up with the legislation that will be used actually as an effective tool. How will it be used? We are saying that the fight against corruption is not supposed to be left alone to Anti-Corruption Bureau, but actually supposed to be left to each and every citizen. That's why we're saying that we need actually to protect whistleblower.
Director of Reforms at Malawi Law Commission, Mike Chinoko, said the commission is in the process of developing the whistleblower protection legislation, and it will be taken to Parliament once all processes are completed.
We are developing what we're calling a whistleblower protection law. I think it might also extend to witness protection, because essentially a whistleblower is potentially a witness. This is because we don't have a specific law addressing protection of whistleblower matters in Malawi.
Malawi last week joined the rest of Africa to commemorate the African Corruption Day, a day which was established by the African Union AU when it adopted the African Union Convention on Preventing and Combating Corruption on 11th July 2003. The AU chose effective whistleblower protection mechanism, a critical tool in the fight against corruption, as the theme for this year.
The Ministry of Lands has said knowledge of land laws can assist police officers to address land-related conflicts. Director of Administration in the Ministry, Victor Sandikonda, made the remarks in Blantyre during a training of police officers on the new Land Act. Sandikonda explains.
This meeting has been organized for us to share information about the land-related laws that the government is implementing. You know, these police officers stay in communities where issues of land matters is so rampant. So for them to properly deal with such issues, they needed a meeting of this nature. You know, after sensitizing them, we will continue engaging these people so that they should be acquainted with the information that is needed on land-related matters. You know, when you fail to engage people, it's when you create a lot of information gap. Now, when we'll be engaging these people and even the other stakeholders, I hope we'll bridge the gap that is there between the ministry and the people.
Police Commissioner for the South-Eastern Region, Chikondi Chingaza, says the engagement was important.
This is a very important meeting, and it has come at the right time because they're here, Minister of Lands is here to enhance our capacity and understanding on the land laws. Yeah, because as police, we've been involved in land issues where there is land encroachment, land grabbing, but we didn't have that knowledge, that capacity to effectively and efficiently handle such issues. Oh, that's why we are part of this training, because initially some officers, we didn't know some of the laws in the land issues. So the coming in of this training will automatically empower us to work diligently and effectively in handling these issues. So we are just doing some sort of initiatives in handling these issues. So with the coming in of the land laws training, definitely the officers will be empowered.
Now, Minister of Local Government Richard Chimwendo Banda has warned politicians against hate speech, saying it can trigger political violence. Chimwendo Banda says Malawi needs leaders who will unite the people, not divide them. Sam Kalimira has the details.
Chimwendo Banda believes political leaders can tame political violence by preaching unifying messages. He was speaking at Zolozolo Cemetery in Mzuzu City in remembrance of at least 20 citizens killed during the anti-government protest on July 20, 2011. The 20 made their fate when thousands of frustrated citizens stormed the streets over poor governance and economic hardships.
Sometimes when we are on the political podium, the words that we speak can incite violence. We as politicians must be the first people to make sure that we bring unity among our people. We can differ politically, we can differ because of where we come from, but that must not divide the country and the nation.
But the minister's sentiment was almost a direct response to Alliance for Democracy, AFOD Vice President Timothy Ntambo, who accused the government of threatening its critics.
When something is wrong, we shall say it and we shall call a spade a spade. We will not sugarcoat anything. When people are stealing, we say you are thieves, you are stealing, you have to stop. When people are arresting people arbitrarily, we say it that you are arresting people and it's unacceptable in our democratic dispensation.
In his remarks, Livingstonia Synod Deputy General Secretary Reverend Isaiah Muhone warned politicians against using the youth for violence.
All political parties, whether ruling or in opposition, they should stop using the youth for violence as we go towards 2025 elections.
A representative of the bereaved families, Mesembe Zuma, pleaded with the government to consider providing vocational trainings to the deceased children. Majority of speakers during the event described the short citizens as heroes, requiring respect through erection of a memorial pillar in their honor. Under the theme Towards Healing and Closure, this year's memorial service involved a solidarity march, prayers, and laying of wreaths.
Members of Parliament have expressed concern with the low turnout of people for the National Identification Registration and Distribution Mop-up exercise. The National Registration Bureau is conducting the exercise in designated areas close to the people. Recently, members of the Parliamentary Committees on Defence and Security and International Relations toured some of the centres in Chiolo district. Isaac Salima reports.
The National Registration Bureau has launched the National Identity Card Registration and Card Distribution Mop-up exercise with the aim of giving an opportunity to those who missed the outreach program to register. The exercise will be taking place in 5 days in all the districts in the country. The parliamentarians visited some centers in Cholo district on the first day of the exercise on Friday. However, the turnout was not that impressive. For instance, at Masambanjati Forest Office, at the time of our visit in the afternoon, only 3 people had reported at the place to apply for the national identity card. At Masambanjati Primary School, 37 people had registered, while at Molere Primary School, about 60 had turned up. Some people we talked to complained that they were not aware of the exercise. Chairperson of the Parliamentary Committee on International Relations, Patrick Bandawe, said it was important to appreciate the challenges being faced.
Yeah, of course, we have observed some people are complaining that they have been being informed that NRB is coming for this mopping exercise. But other people have also admitted that they have been informed. So it's a mixed reactions. But all in all, we have talked with NRB officials that they should take care of that issue.
NRB Principal Secretary Mpaso Sambo said people are to blame for not utilizing the opportunity to register for national IDs.
Some people would definitely just say, no, there was no awareness. But we came to Molere Primary School. It's a market day and the posters are there. But you see someone that, no, I don't know. Of course, we expect that. But at the same time, if they don't know, we encourage everyone to get registered. Those who said, I didn't know, they have actually already been registered. So some of these allegations are not true. There are some allegations which are closer to the truth.
The exercise is taking place across the country.
You're watching news on Times TV. We'll be back shortly after the break.
Your child's sunny days. Parapain Baby swoops in. Specially formulated to chase away pain and bring back the smiles. Uniquely developed so that it doesn't contain a drop of salicylic acid, ensuring the safety of our children. Whether it's fever, teething discomfort, or tummy troubles, our hero is on the case, ensuring your little one feels better, faster. With a taste kids love, but remember, it's not a sweet. Parapain Baby is designed for easy intake, chewed or dissolved. Brought to you by Mwai Pharma. Parapain Baby. Tough on fever, gentle on tummies.
Introducing FlyX Win Boost, Betway's latest crash game. Bait and blast off with wins that can boost as high as 300%. Exclusive to Betway.
Banking is more than just transactions. It is about a business owner who aims to grow his business. It's about letting his customers enjoy freedom. It is about his daughter who strives for a brighter future. And it's about how he lives with peace of mind, knowing his family is covered. It is about giving him an ability to make meaningful connections. At FDH Bank, we understand the things that matter, and we strive to make a banking experience that's tailored to you. Join us and enjoy banking that truly matters.
FDH Bank, our future. Grow with us.
News. Finance Minister Simplex Chichola Banda has presented his nomination papers for the position of Malawi Congress Party Secretary General. Chichola Banda presented the papers at the party's headquarters in Lilongwe ahead of its elective convention in August. After presenting the papers, Chichola Banda spoke to our reporter Rebecca Chinjeka.
I'm more than happy today, because today I have confirmed and answered the call by Malawi Congress Party supporters who requested me to stand for the seat as Secretary General of the party. Today's submission is a demonstration of my acceptance to serve at that highest level in order to rebuild the party, but also to support and assist the President to run this country, but also the party much better.
Standard Bank has emphasized the importance of creativity and innovation to solving challenges facing various sectors of society, including banking. Head of Commercial Banking, Pempo Chalamanda, said this during the bank's hackathon pitching event at Malawi University of Science and Technology in Tiolo. A hackathon is an event where computer programs gather to develop new approaches to solving problems. In this interview, Chalamanda begins by explaining the reasons behind the hackathon.
So for this specific hackathon, we looked at specific challenges that the bank is facing and posed them on to the teams to come up with solutions that can help us to solve those problems. Standard Bank were very impressed by the ideas that have come through, the creativity that has come through from the girls. So the future really is to say, how do we develop these ideas further so that we can then get them to a place where we now implement them in the bank.
In her remarks, MAST Vice Chancellor Adres Malata said hackathons are one of the most important ways of bringing solutions to challenges in society globally.
So these teams will continue working on it, because when they bring the initial solutions, then they need to start looking at, is this workable? Is this possible to be utilized in a setting? So for example, they might go back to Standard Bank and look at what the issues are, because they were brought to us as problems, as challenges. Then the students can be exposed to see what is happening on the ground in Standard Bank. Then they'll come back to finalize, to come up with a prototype, and then eventually they can actually be implemented within the bank. So hackathons are really good for the young people in our nation, but also globally. That's how institutions get solutions. But it also helps the young people to think.
About 16 girls from the university participated in the hackathon. They were tasked with bringing solutions through creativity and innovation to challenges such as automated policy tracker, automated asset transfer, form and branch attendance register, among others. Standard Bank financed the initiative to the tune of 10 million kwacha. Still in news, Minister of Agriculture Sam Kawale has cautioned the sidelining environmental conservation activities can hamper the country's efforts of achieving food security. Kawale was speaking in Zomba at the launch of the 2024 National Catchment Conservation and Management Campaign. Thomas Kachere has more in this report.
Kawale, who also visited a number of sites to appreciate what the cooperatives are doing in Zomba, said there is no way the country can harvest a lot while sidelining nature conservation.
You can never ever talk about having enough food or even income generated from production of crops without looking at nature conservation. That should be the primary focus, the whole country. We're talking about climate change. At the moment, we're having lots of floods. Flooding happens when water is just running without being controlled. So that is why we need to plant a lot of trees to slow down the speed of water. We need to have lots of grass, no burning anyhow. That also slows down the force of water. We need to do the ponds and swells, which helps to slow down the water flow, stops it completely, and then spread it before sinking it.
Deputy Country Director for WFP, Simon Dehere, said he was happy seeing a lot of good work by the government of Malawi in partnership with NGOs through Adaptation Fund.
World Food Program actually supports many activities that relate to climate change. As you know, we've just finished preparation of our 5-year country strategic plan, which aligns very well with Malawi Vision 2063, which basically supports all the pillars, particularly the ones that relate to agriculture production, adaptation to climate change, resilience. We have a lot of resilience activities that includes gully reclamations. You've seen the swallows, but even more importantly, now we've started also to invest in physical infrastructure.
Member of Parliament for Zomba Malosa, Grace Kwerebeta, asked the government to help the communities in constructing additional schemes so that the area becomes food secured.
I would like to assure the WFP that the structure that they have given to people of Kwenje in Zomba Malosa constituency will be taken care of. People will not turn it into something else. It will be made into use to the primary resource. And again, I would like to ask government to introduce more irrigation schemes, because as we are moving, we saw that most of the farmers were using the gravity water, which is not sustainable. Usually water goes down instead of maybe going to the targeted areas.
The campaign is being carried out under the theme Integrated Catchment for Enhanced Climate Resilience and Improved Livelihoods.
That's the news for now, but before we go, the headlines again. Former Vice President, the late Saulos Chilima's family, criticized some politicians for pestering some family members to join politics. Government warns politicians against hate speech. In other news, Finance Minister Simplex Chichora Banda presents his nomination papers for the position of Malawi Congress Party Secretary General. You can get more on these and other stories by visiting times.mw, liking and following our Facebook page, Times 360 Malawi, X at Times 360 Malawi, and by subscribing to 1895 by dialing *1895#. I'm Matilda Majawa. Have a lovely night.